So, Sanjeev, I've been talking to a lot of our colleagues, employees and stakeholders, and they've got quite a few questions that they'd like me to ask of you. How do you feel now the acquisition's complete?
We've had lots of exciting moments in the journey, but I'm very, very relieved, first of all, that we have arrived where we are. The quality of the people has been amazing. From management down to the workers, they're all very impressive. And even more impressive is their commitment. As far as the plants are concerned, there are great opportunities. Some of those plants are in a very good condition and I would say almost world class. There are others which need significant investment, but opportunity is clear.
Government are a key stakeholder in the process. How were your interactions with government?
Very satisfactory. Both at the federal level and the state level has been fully engaged, fully responsive, and we're really counting on their support going forward in making the changes which are necessary.
Your ownership for the business, what do you think people can expect to change?
It's a big cultural difference between a public company and a private, especially a family-owned and operated company. And if you study the evolution of the group over the last 50, 60 years, one thing is constant, is change. And that's what we pride ourselves at, which requires agility, it requires flexibility, it requires it requires people to be more autonomous in the way they think, they make decisions, they act responsibly, they're more accountable for what they do. It's the people which drive the business, not the system. That's the big change, I think.
Your business has grown dramatically in the last 3 or 5 years, and this is a significant acquisition for you. Do you see further growth on the horizon in Australia?
I think the construction outlook is undeniably very exciting. Population growth is expected to be impressive. Everything which is infrastructure, which is construction, requires steel, and we are the only producer of that steel in this country. So that obviously puts us in a very, very good position, a very strong position.
This is a big acquisition for the group, but how do you see your growth plans into the future?
Opportunities to grow capacity utilization, both in the primary side and the secondary side. Then there is opportunity for new plants, both in primary and secondary. Half the scrap which the country generates is currently exported. Hundreds of millions of tons of iron ore and coal are exported. So we will look to build new capacity in both making remelted steel and also primary steel. We will also look to then integrate that. So that means mining assets, for example. We'll grow our mining business on iron ore. We'll look to acquire coking coal, which is a critical raw material for us, which the business is currently missing. We will look to invest in power. So if you look at all our verticals, whether it's infrastructure, power, steel recycling, mining, other metals like aluminium, if you look at any of those businesses, there is almost in every one of them, there is clear opportunity for us to invest and grow, which is why we're very excited about being in Australia.
You've been spending a lot of time here over the last 6 months. Where do you see most of your time being spent in the immediate future?
Australia is a centre of attention for me personally right now, and also for the group. This is an important acquisition for us. It's important to get it right. So Australia will remain a key focus point for the group for time to come. But having said that, we are an international group. We're present in 32 odd countries. So my time will get allocated around the world where it's needed.
There were several different parties involved in the bidding process for Arrium. What makes you and your group different from the rest?
We were not just another company looking to make a quick buck out of a distressed opportunity. It's first and foremost a family business, and I regard this as part of my family. Every single colleague I have in the business is part of my family, and I've treated it such. And also we believe steel is a fundamental part of society, a part of modern civilization. In our lifetime, at least, I do not think there will be a replacement for steel as a metal, which is fundamental to construction. As the world urbanizes, as cities grow, and as they redevelop, because the other thing about steel is that and buildings is that they don't last forever. They have to be reconstructed. So there's a regeneration of construction, of infrastructure from time to time, and that means there's sustainable demand for steel. A very good case and example is actually exactly the development right behind us. This is the Barangaroo development, one of the most iconic, significant residential commercial developments in Sydney, regarded as perhaps the greenest such development in the world today. So this development has been built largely on steel supplied by One Steel. Over the last 5 years, there has been some 50,000 tons of steel which has gone into that construction. Some 77 million different steel products which have gone into that development. Once completed, it will house several thousand people who will live there, tens of thousands who will work there, and millions who will visit every year. And it will be there for a long, long time, nourishing this society, providing, making Sydney what Sydney is, and being part of modern civilization, which is what steel is all about.
So Sanjeev, what's your number one message for our people at this time?
Always remember safety is paramount. We have an impeccable record in safety. We must maintain that. So keep yourself safe, keep your colleagues safe. Always focus on the customer. Customer is core to our offering. And embrace change. Change is what sets us apart. Our ability to evolve quickly and change is what makes us successful and ahead of our competitors. If we stick to these principles, we'll be fine.
Thanks, Sanjeev. It was good to catch up and hear your thoughts.
Thank you very much.